have you ever stopped and looked at the drink aisle lately? I mean, really looked? The choices we're making have totally changed. It's not just about what tastes good anymore, it's about what our drinks can actually do for us. We are absolutely in a new era, one that's all about health, wellness, and drinks with a purpose.
Yeah, it's a question a lot of us are asking ourselves, right? We're tired of that afternoon crash from sugary sodas. We want something that hydrates us, sure, but maybe also energizes us, or calms us down, or strengthens us. We're looking for a serious upgrade.
And this right here, this is the heart of that upgrade. The whole idea of a beverage is being reimagined from the ground up. The expectation has shifted from just tasting good to being actively, genuinely good for you. And that simple idea, it's completely reshaping the entire industry.
Now, to really understand what's going on, we're going straight to the data. This entire explainer is based on a fantastic report that came out in March 2026 from Zhiyi Tech, and it gives us an incredible data-packed look inside this healthy beverage boom.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the big picture, the thirst for health. Then we'll meet the new drinkers. From there, we'll dive into the sugar-free revolution, drinks with a purpose, and the power of plants. And we'll wrap it all up with 3 key takeaways you won't want to miss.
So first things first, let's set the stage. What we're seeing here isn't just some passing fad. The demand for healthier drinks is a real, fundamental awakening in the market. It's a permanent shift in what we all expect from our beverages.
And if you need proof, here is the number that tells the whole story. More than 60% of consumers, think about that, well over half, are now making buying decisions based on health claims. We're actively looking for labels that scream sugar-free or call out those functional ingredients.
So what's causing this massive shift? Well, the report says it's basically a perfect storm of 3 things. First, we're all just way more health conscious. We're actually reading the labels. Second, you've got policy support, with governments pushing for healthier options. And third, and this is a big one, technology has finally caught up, making it possible to create drinks that are both good for you and actually taste amazing.
All right, so let's shift gears from the market itself to the people who are driving it, us. To really get what's selling, you have to understand why people are buying. And today's drinkers, they have some very clear priorities.
Now, this is so interesting. You might think health would be number 1, right? But look, taste is still king. And what's wild is that mouthfeel, the texture and experience of the drink, is just as important as the health benefits. So health might get your product in the shopping cart, but it's the taste and feel that'll keep people coming back.
Okay, let's jump into our first huge trend. This is how brands are figuring out how to give us all that pleasure we crave, but without the guilt. Welcome to the sugar-free revolution.
And just so we're all on the same page, when we talk about sugar-free, we're talking about drinks that have found a clever way to break that old link between sweetness and calories. They use sweeteners to give us that satisfying taste, but without all the health baggage that comes with actual sugar.
And as you can see, this isn't some small niche thing. It is taking over every corner of the beverage aisle. Carbonated drinks and teas are definitely leading the charge. They make up almost 60% of the market combined. But really, it's happening everywhere.
And this part is just brilliant. The report shows that there's no single sugar-free customer. Instead, it identifies these 3 distinct tribes. You've got the disciplined gym goer who's all about performance. Then there's the exquisite office worker, trying to balance treats with health. And finally, the health-conscious awakener, who's looking out for their whole family. Each one has a completely different reason for ditching sugar.
Next up, let's talk about drinks that have a job to do. This is where a beverage stops being just about hydration and becomes a tool we use to optimize our bodies and our minds. The key idea here is something the report calls precise efficacy, which, is a fancy way of saying each drink is designed to get a specific result. Need a boost? Here's some caffeine. Tummy troubles? Try these probiotics. Stressed out? Maybe a drink with GABA, which helps calm the nervous system. Every drink has a mission. And surprise, surprise, just like with sugar-free, we see different tribes emerge here too. You have your energy replenishers who need that quick power-up. You have the health managers who are focused on daily wellness. And then you have the emotion regulators who are literally reaching for a drink to help them manage their mood, whether that's to de-stress or to focus.
So let's look at a brand that is absolutely crushing this strategy. It's called Alien. And they don't just have one-size-fits-all drink. No way. They've built this whole matrix of products that targets different needs and different moments, from a casual workout to pro-level sports to just everyday life.
And would you just look at the results? It's incredible.
A whopping 84% of their sales come from their main electrolyte water. By zeroing in on a very specific function for a clear audience, they've basically taken over that entire space. It is a masterclass in how to do this right.
All right, let's move on to our final category. And this one taps into something ancient and powerful: plants. This whole category is driven by this amazing mix of health needs, ethical choices, and of course, environmental concerns.
In this space, the tribes are defined by really deep motivations. On one side, you have people for whom plant-based is a physical necessity, they're lactose intolerant, or it's a deep ethical commitment, like being a vegan. And then you have the environmentalists, who see their choice of drink as a way to vote with their wallet for a healthier planet.
Phew. Okay, so we have covered a lot of ground here. We've seen how the market is changing, and we've met all the new consumer tribes. So now, let's just boil it all down to the 3 most important things to take away from this report.
First, and honestly, if you remember one thing, it's this. Healthy is not a niche anymore. It is the new mainstream. It's the price of entry. For any drink to succeed today, being healthy isn't a bonus feature, it's the absolute baseline expectation.
Second, the era of one blockbuster drink for everybody, it's over. The market has completely broken up into these tribes we've been talking about. To win, brands have to stop just selling a generic healthy drink and start talking directly to the gym goer, or the health manager, or the environmentalist.
And finally, here's the most strategic takeaway of all. Winning is about owning the scenario. It's not just about what's in the drink anymore, it's about the moment you drink it. The smartest brands aren't just selling electrolyte water, they're selling post-workout recovery. They aren't just selling calming tea, they are selling the perfect way to wind down your day.
All of this incredible progress leaves us with one last fascinating thought. Our drinks have become smarter, healthier, and more purposeful than we ever could have imagined. So as this continues, what's next? What new demands are we going to place on the simple act of quenching our thirst?